Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I have found a special location for a very, very special car. This is a 2021 refreshed, updated Jaguar F-Type. Our particular one though is an R-Dynamic with the all-wheel drive. It's known as the R-Dynamic P380 with all-wheel drive. But before we dive into this British drop-top sports car, let's talk about Jaguar and what's going on here. So this iconic British brand, so many great models, not even for the road, but also for the racetrack. With this F-Type, there is a direct lineage connected to the original E-Type Jags from the 1960s, which, believe it or not, somebody by the name of Enzo Ferrari felt that that was the most beautiful car design he had ever seen. Now, fast forward to the 21st century, for 2021, we have a refresh. They've done some tweaking. They've done some manipulation of the style. But one thing is for certain, in their lineup, they really have the perfect convertible sports car depending on what exactly you want. Our P380 falls right smack dab in the center because guess what? We have supercharged V6 goodness underneath that hood. So let's go ahead. Let's find out, is this convertible Jaguar F-Type R-Dynamic, is it the right sports car, convertible sports car for you? Right off the bat, you'll notice the styling. So distinctive, so unique, so iconic. As we start up front, we're gonna have that updated, refreshed front fascia, all new headlight design. So we have our headlight housing, very, very slim, everything darked out. You're gonna have LED headlights. We have the calligraphy J shape on that daytime running lamp. And as we work our way down, you can see that J design also carried into our side air curtain. I like the design of the vent here. The only zonk is it's non-functional, but really the way it balances nicely with what's going on in the headlight housing looks really clean. We continue to work our way down. You're gonna have a nice large front lip splitter, gloss black, and it runs all the way along the bottom portion of the front of this F-Type. Now, looking at the front, you could just see how low the hood is and how it cascades down nicely into the front fascia. Grille design, it's just so classic. It's so identifiable from a million miles away. We have our Jaguar badge there, the yelling cat in the center, little bit of red, like the design here, the flat black grille. We have an R-Dynamic badge, because remember, this is in the middle of their lineup. Even the way they stamped F-Type here, and you can see just how far this front lip splitter extends off the nose of this cat. Now, when we get up onto the hood, look at this. The body lines rise up, nice, solid, all the way to the windshield. I just love the curves on this car. It really just speaks to you in a very special way. Now, you are gonna have two functional heat extractors on the back portion of the hood, and I'm so glad that they're here. Not only are they functional, but they add such a nice, rich design element. Now, when we come around the bend, remember, all-wheel drive means power's getting to the ground by all four corners. Feast your eyes on these beautiful 20-inch wheels, machined aluminum. We got our Jaguar cat there. You got some gunmetal gray and these bright red calipers with the Jaguar script on them. If you're wondering, well, what's the size? 255 on the width, 35 series sidewall. They go with a little bit skinnier tire setup up front to quicken up that steering, and the all-wheel drive is gonna make it stick like Gorilla Glue. With the hood, we have that reverse clam shell opening hood. I can't wait to check out that supercharged V6, but as we go down the side, you have this nice decorative gloss black, another faux vent. It looks good, but it's non-functional, so I am gonna zonk that. But from a styling standpoint, it looks like it's totally meant to be there. You can see the body line coming to that high belt line on the door. We have color matched, of course, mirror caps with our LED turn signals. I'm glad that they didn't black out the windshield frame. I'm very glad that they kept it color matched with the rest of the body. On the bottom portion, you're gonna get a gloss black sill that extends all the way out. And as you work your way towards the rear, it flares out because there's beautiful rear fenders. And that body line, we have nice flush door handles. And when we get to the rear tire setup, you're still working with a 20-inch wheel. Now we're going 295 on the width. You're gonna have, once again, that beautiful machined aluminum multi-spoke design. Looks fantastic. And then as we come around back, you can see how the fuel filler door has a nice curve to it because of the nice wide rear fenders. Absolutely love this trunk, how low it is. You have your Jaguar, that leaping Jaguar with the name here. This is an adaptive spoiler that can be raised or lowered. Obviously this is in the lower position. The one thing I wish that this did have is like a speedster style tonneau cover rather than seeing the actual cloth top, but still, that's just being nitpicky. I like the rollover hoops with the gloss black, but coming back to the tail end of the business, they revised this whole back section. They went and updated the rear taillights, full LED of course. You got your tasteful blacked out P380. Guess what? That's 380 horsepower with the all-wheel drive. We come across, of course, you got your F-Type badge, and then working your way down a massive rear diffuser, and I'm just loving the twin exhaust outlet in the center. You could definitely see the connection to that original E-Type Jag, but why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's making 380 horsepower. All right, guys, time to get under the bonnet of this Jaguar. Now, one thing I wanted to point out before we open up the hood is that you do have 15-inch rotors up front, so plenty of braking capability mixed in with that all-wheel drive. I already popped the hood and you just lift it right up. You have hydraulic hood struts. Underneath that hood is that supercharged V6. Now, the challenge is there's a very large plastic cover, but I do like the design and I do like the way they have the Jaguar name there. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, what is the size of that V6? What is the power? So you're basically looking at a 3-liter supercharged V6 that's going to produce that 380 horsepower, 339 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated to a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. Of course, power with the all-wheel drive getting to the ground, plus you have a limited slip differential. The car weighs 3,684 pounds, 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, top speed 171 miles an hour, and MPGs, not too shabby, 18 in the city, 26 on the highway. So you can see you're getting that wonderful ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, unique supercharged power. Because remember, if you go entry F-Type, that is a turbocharged inline 4. If you go all out to the almighty 5-liter supercharged V8, that's definitely going to bring some power. But I really am thinking that from a sound perspective and the performance, this is a wonderful balance. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this Jaguar and hear its roar. All right, guys, we're inside the 2021 Jaguar F-Type R-Dynamic P380. It's a mouthful, but you know what? It's a mouthful of a car. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I've been wanting a new sports car that's a convertible. How much is this particular one? The way that it's optioned, you're looking at an MSRP of $85,900. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, absolutely exquisite. I love the nice black material across the top, the red stitching, and then the two-tone is spot on the money. This has the Meridian sound system, and you have all your seat controls similar to a Mercedes-Benz product right up top with 3 memory seat settings. Seats are heated and ventilated, and you have a small door pocket there for a couple British scones. Now, when you come to the dash, love the silver, that beautiful leather, just like on the tops of the door panels, the stitch work. Even loving the Jaguar button here to open up the glove compartment. There it is. You could put 2 boxes of Twinkies, and you have felt lining, so you're not going to scratch a Twinkie. So that's good news. No guy wants a scratch Twinkie. Look how far this oh crap handle comes out for your passenger, and the two-tone material is really, really beautiful. Now, when you get to the infotainment side of things, I like the Jaguar name here, established 1935. You got your AC vents. Now, let me shut off the AC because watch this, it gets really cool. So you shut off the AC, and then those vents are actually going to drop down. Nice and smooth. We turn the AC back on, and guess what? Yes, you're correct. It pops back up. You can see the Jaguar logo there. We work our way down. You have a 10-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, very easy to use. You got your forward-facing cameras and all that you could get through on the system. Then you have your AC knobs. I love the feel and the touch. Now here's what's cool. You push it and you have ventilated seats one direction, heated seats the other direction. I'm gonna stay ventilated. You push, and then now you have your dual climate control. We have our AC controls, nice toggle switches. You got a 12 volt, your start stop button, little bit of gloss black, but this is gonna control that 8-speed ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. You have a toggle switch here to go into snow mode or dynamic, R-Dynamic mode, which is where we're gonna be going. You have your active exhaust, so you can make it louder or quieter if you choose, whenever you want. I'm loving this trim. It's not trying to look like faux carbon fiber, but it's not just gloss black, and I'm glad they did that. You could raise and lower the rear wing. You also have the ability to raise and lower the top, obviously. Shut off your traction control. There's that beautiful leather. Nice, simple look. It's just a flat black, but it doesn't feel cheap, which is nice. You open it up, you got your 2 cup holders, fold it back down. Loving the leather, the stitch work. We open this. Oh, what do we got? We got a mask. Yes, we need these nowadays, but we have 2 USBs and another 12 volt, and you could literally put the Hope Diamond in here, and you're not gonna scratch it because of all this felt lining. So that's good news. Close it up. Even got a nice little cargo area for a Slim Jim or 2, maybe a Twizzlers. And then the seats right out of a Jaguar race car. Look at the cat there, the Jaguar name. I love the stitching, the beautiful Mars red. The bolstering up top is spot on the money. And guess what? Down below, very, very nicely done. Nothing too high, but you're really held into place extremely well. I'm 6 feet tall. Of course, with no roof, I could be 20 feet tall and I'll still be fine. But the height of the windshield frame here is gonna make sure that the air coasts right over my head. But why don't you come over the business side? I wanna show you behind the wheel of this Jaguar F-Type. What'd you think? All right, guys, business time. But before you come over to the business side, let me show you how nice and easy the top is going up. You're just gonna pull back on that convertible top switch, and then here it comes. Up, up, up and away. So smooth, so effortless. Easy peasy. The side windows would come up, but I don't want the side windows to, actually I'll put the side windows up. Bye. But anyways, open up the door and you can see just, even me 6 feet tall, I got plenty of headroom in here. And you could do a track day in this thing with no problem. Of course, I have 3 memory seat settings, which is gonna be important for me. I also have this beautiful sill on both sides. The Jaguar name lights up at night, and I like the aluminum brake pedal and throttle, which is a nice touch as well. Now, when it comes to the steering wheel, not flat bottom, but that's okay. It is electric tilt and telescoping. I do have it in the low position, so Crown Vic will be able to show the dash, but I love the thickness. You have a nice solid stripe up top. Paddles, but they're plastic to go up and down that 8-speed automatic transmission. But the new thing for 2021 is that dash. 12 inches of pleasure. It's actually a little bit more. It's 12.3 inches of visual pleasure. You have wonderful function. Watch when I go into the different modes. This is really cool. So when you go into the different modes, it actually changes. So there's snow. I go into R-Dynamic mode and bam, I get a checkered flag. It's red, real nice with the gear indicator. Love the hood with the stitch work. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this back so you can see just tilt and telescoping. It's nice electric assist. I like the, I think it's smart to have some nice shiny finishes on the stalks around the air vents. Here's your key fob, your Jaguar key fob. You got the name there. Very easy, super slim. But I tell you what, why don't we go ahead, let's check out the trunk space and see how usable this convertible is. All right, guys, time to open up the trunk. Real simple. You just hit the button, lifts right up. You have 7 cubic feet of space. Now I'm gonna move some of the bags here that we have, but you can clearly see you have plenty of usable room, and it does not matter. It's the same 7 cubic feet of space, whether the top is up or the top is down. I could put our lunch bags back in here, close it up, nice and seamless, but if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this cat for a little spin. All right, guys, we're gonna start off. We're in the 2021 Jag F-Type. We're gonna start off with the top up, on throttle. Golly, look at this. The sound of that V6. I'm shifting with the 8-speed, with the paddles, going up and down. I'm telling you right now, transition from left to right, great feedback. Of course, I'm in R-Dynamic mode. The sound, I feel like I'm in a 6-cylinder race car. It sounds that sweet, that good, and we have the top up, which, like I promised you, we are going to be putting the top down, but placement of the gauges is nice. I wish there was a way to take the tachometer and put that in the center with the gear indicator there. It's over on the right, and it's not terrible, but there's no head-up display, and from a quick glance, I would like to see it smack dab in the center. The steering wheel feels phenomenal. Not a flat bottom. I love seeing that leaping Jaguar. Everywhere I'm touching in here is very, very upscale materials. I got the ventilated seats on. Visibility with the top up is actually really good out the back. Of course, you have your traditional blind spots where the cloth material is, but really, really amazing. And with the all-wheel drive, jeez, it sticks like Gorilla Glue. Like somebody took a beehive and poured honey all over the road. Don't get hungry, but poured honey all over the road and you just stuck to it. That's how sticky this all-wheel drive setup is. And you know what? I really feel like the P380, that R-Dynamic F-Type, is perfectly balanced. So perfectly balanced. It's amazing. All right, guys, here we go. One more time with the top up. On throttle, first gear. Yeah! Love the pops, the bangs. Look at this grip. Golly. Even with the all-wheel drive, that last turn there, the back end came out just a little bit, squared off the corner. I feel like I'm one with this car. And that was my first time taking it down the twisty bits. We're gonna get this top down. I want to hear more of that supercharged 6-cylinder goodness. All right, guys, here we go. On throttle. A body roll once you start cranking it a little harder, but it felt so good, so comfortable. She wants to dance, and I just let her lead, man. She was humming. This car, it's a damn shame that more people can't experience what I'm experiencing, because this is a very special car. These F-Types, you may say, oh, well, I could go get this car for cheaper and it's got more performance. It's just unique. It's a unique driving experience. Very special, and with a supercharged V6, not many cars have that. On throttle. The power comes in so low in that rev range, and she just pulls all the way to red line, which is about almost 7,000, right on 7,000 RPM. The sound, the shifts are quick. I love all the pops and the bangs, even the downshifts, very smooth, keeps the chassis stable. And that's key to feeling confident, is having the chassis stable. It's not, you know, wiggling and waggling all over the place. It allows you to just be focused on the job at hand, which is twisting through those twisty bits. All right, guys, here we go. On throttle. good. But even with this being a convertible, there's other coupes I haven't driven that haven't felt as good as this car. Where's my towel? All right, guys, here we go. On throttle. Wow. Jaguar has done one hell of a job with the dynamics of this chassis. Absolutely mind-blowing how great this car turns in. Initial turn in, you hit your apex, you get back on throttle. No drama from your baby's mama, and definitely not from this Jaguar F-Type. All right, guys, one last time. Here we go. First gear, on throttle. Driving this car, wow. It's just, you could really feel what the front of the car is doing, what the back of the car is doing. Great throttle response, great initial bite when you get on the brakes and those calipers are clamping down on those 15-inch rotors. Just a balanced chassis allows you to feel invincible if you know what you're doing. Wow, unbelievable. All right, guys, here it is, the crescendo, on throttle. Perfect. We are going to get back to our very special location for this special car. I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a very, very special kind of day here on Rady's Rides. I definitely got to thank Andrew and everybody over at Jaguar USA for getting us access to this 2021 F-Type, that R-Dynamic P380. It really shows that by having 3 different trims with 3 totally different engines, you're really gonna be able to fine-tune the perfect F-Type for you. And if you really are looking for that experience of what it might have been like to be around in the 1960s and have a Jaguar E-Type, I think that this car hits the nail on the head, but it's bringing you all the great technology, safety technology, and such a unique driving experience that there really isn't another convertible sports car quite like the 2021 F-Type. But if it's sports cars you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Crown Vic. He's loving this cat. He actually wants to get his own pet cat and name it Jaguar. So that's how much he loves this car. It's been a special moment for him, and he's a special person. So show Crown Vic some love in the comments, and just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.